Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and I want to talk about MCU and Netflix and Phase 4. And the reason why I want to talk about them is because, with the whole Spider-Man No Way Home leaks coming out, we don't know if they're real or not. But at this point, with all the rumors that's been happening and the supposedly script leak, it seems like almost everything that the rumors are saying are about goddamn true. And we're about to get 3 Spider-Man and an interdimensional Sinister Six, to be honest, which I'm fine with. I have no problem with that at all. But the reason why I want to talk about it is because everybody freaked the hell out because they saw Charlie Cox Daredevil in, the supposed leaks. And the reason why I want to talk about that is because Marvel, the MCU, instead of doing the dumb stuff with Phase 4, that probably would have been your best option right there, is to take the 4 characters, the Defenders themselves, and actually make live action, not live action, but make full featured films featuring these characters. You could have did Daredevil, of course, because Daredevil is a standalone movie. Then you could have did the Defenders again, but it will be called Defenders something, and then Heroes for Hire, and then maybe and then Alias is what you'll call the next movie. And basically, Daredevil will pick up from maybe after the events of No Way Home, or Far From Home, or season 3, but it'll be like in an epic kind of thing. Maybe we'll have like the Hand or Kingpin, some kind of character that'll really push Hell's Kitchen to an event where you need Daredevil. You need Daredevil to, save the day or whatever. I can't really think of anything right now because my knowledge of Daredevil storylines are terrible. I'm so sorry, people. I read Daredevil, but I don't know the names of a lot of storylines besides like Shadowland and of course Born Again, but in Daredevil Yellow, but I couldn't really tell you a name right now, so that's why I'm saying I'm so sorry that I have failed as a Daredevil reader, that I did not pay attention to any event titles that he can work with. But what I'm saying is that's how you can bring in some new characters and that you can transition correctly, because people are already familiar with the MCU Netflix characters. Everybody already know that all of the MCU TV shows are part of the MCU any damn way, no matter what Kevin Feige said anyway with his dumb ass. So you might as well just use those, and since right now Netflix doesn't have the rights to them anymore, why not just bring them back? People like Charlie Cox. People loved Christian. I forgot how to say her last name. Kristen something. Damn it. She played Jessica Jones, and of course you have your man who plays Luke Cage. And it'll be kind of cool because you can do a Heroes for Hire movie with him and Iron Fist. And you can either get rid of Finn Jones or you can recast him. I don't care. The other characters needs to stay. And what could happen is all of that could lead up to a Defenders movie, a proper movie. So you have Daredevil, and whatever happens kind of bleeds over to Heroes for Hire, which will have Iron Fist and Luke Cage having to solve a crime that kind of happened after the aftermath of what happened in the Daredevil movie. That leads them over to fight something. You get what I'm saying? They fight, they defend the city or the district of New York City that they're in, and you can have that kind of work, and then you can give Finn Jones a correct Iron Fist costume, because Lord knows this man needs a correct Iron Fist costume. It's not that damn hard. All you gotta do is literally give this man a green suit with, with a yellow sash over his face and over his waist, with the Iron Fist dragon tattoo, not only on his chest but also on his suit, and you call it a day. It's really not that damn hard, which we'll get a chance to see that. And then you give Michael, the guy who played Luke Cage, you give him his iconic yellow. You give him a yellow shirt with steel gauntlets, wristbands that has chains around them, because we all know that Luke Cage also likes to use chains as well sometimes, which I'm fine with or whatever. So give him that kind of iconic look right there for the character. And then whatever happens in Heroes for Hire, that can lead into Alias. Alias is the Jessica Jones movie, which, by then, Luke Cage and Jessica Jones are a couple. They have their baby, because a few years have passed since we last saw Jessica Jones, and we already know that, Luke Cage kind of makes a surprise appearance anyway, so why not just be like, oh, they get back together, they have their daughter Danielle, and some kind of case fell on Jessica Jones that kind of involves whatever happened with the Heroes for Hire movie and also the Daredevil movie. Whatever her investigation leads, that kind of leads into her having to get a superhero. I guess you can introduce Squirrel Girl or whatever. This will probably be the good time to introduce Spider-Woman or Carol Danvers. Because she is friends with both of those characters, so it does make sense. You can introduce Squirrel Girl as like the babysitter for Danielle while she goes off with and do her investigation, because Luke is also dealing with something in the Heroes for Hire movie. So of course, Michael will still be in the Alias movie, but it'll be like in a supporting role where you don't see him as often in the movie, but it's already established that they are married, they have a daughter together, and they're still like superheroes, and Jessica is still a private detective. Detective. So, a private eye, I'm sorry. That's how you kind of do that. You tell a story. It can also be with the whole return of the Purple Man, if you want to use the Purple Man, but this time you make him for real purple. So now that he's like came back alive, his power is done amped even more. I'm just saying that could probably be something. I'm not saying that it has to be, but it could also be something. But that's just how you do it. And then you bring them all together in the Defenders movie, which again, then that's when you bring in some of your new characters that you're trying to promote. That leads up into the little thing. Like Phase 4 should have been like a leeway into certain characters, but you needed to be familiar. So I would have definitely used the Marvel characters we just got back from Netflix. I understand right now they can't. They at the time they couldn't really do much, but I definitely would have did that. That would have probably been perfect to go ahead and do that, instead of being like, oh yeah, let's do these unknown characters that people don't know about without setting them up. So that's why I'm saying, like, if you take the MCU Netflix characters and actually build upon them, You might have to pay a little bit out to Netflix, maybe, but who cares? Who cares? You know what I'm saying? Marvel, you got plenty of money. Disney, you got plenty of money. If you guys can work with Sony, you can, and Universal for the She-Hulk thing, you can work with Netflix for the MCU Netflix shows. You know what I'm saying? And then maybe you can do a Shield movie where we take the cast of Agents of Shield, put them in a movie to kind of establish, like, hey, that show was important and everything that happened still happened, but let's use the shows as your transition from going to these unknown characters. Because if you put them into movies from familiar shows that people are familiar with, you could actually make these characters a little bit more tolerable. And besides just like, oh, we're just going to do it just because. You know what I'm saying? I know it kind of sounds weird, but I really do think that they're sleeping on a gold mine right now. They have the ability to use the Netflix characters. They should go ahead and use the Netflix character instead of trying to springboard some of these other characters that, to be honest, I already know that they're really not all that interesting. But of course, MCU stands are going to MCU stand, and that's fine. But let's try to actually use the characters that aren't being used right now, that do have a fan base, that do have a following, that people are familiar with, and use those characters, make movies, and also springboard the new characters that you're trying to introduce. But you do it in a faithful way, and you do it in an interesting way that makes sense towards the movie, instead of just being like, oh, we're just doing it just for the hell of it. You get what I'm saying? I mean, that's all I'm saying. Use the tools that you have. Because let's be honest, don't tell me you can't change up anything, because you changed Inhumans real quick. You changed Captain America Civil War real quick. You changed Captain Marvel real quick. So don't even tell me that y'all can't change production for the Phase 4, because we've seen Marvel movies where they kind of literally rushed them together to put them, for the Infinity Saga movie, because some of the movies you just be like, all right, really? Okay, you can just tell it was lazily put together. I mean, it is what it is, but I'm just saying, why not use the characters and tools that you have to enrich the MCU with characters that are already known by the public any damn way? People saw the Netflix shows, so use the Netflix Marvel characters and make movies out of them. It's not that damn hard. That's all I'm saying. But yeah, those are my thoughts. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.